Questions?
Magandang hapon po, attorney. Your reaction lang po kasi bumiyahe po si Vice President Sara Duterte papuntang Australia at kabilang daw po sa itinerary niya, sasama siya or makikilahok siya dun sa rally, Free Duterte Now. So ano pong reaction dito ng House? Thank you po.
Sarah all. Pero alam nyo, hindi ko alam kung if that is an official travel or if it's a personal travel. But lagit lagi bilang halal na opisyal na bayan, ng bayan, yung oras mo na ginugugol sa loob at labas ng ating bansa at ito man ay pang personal o opisyal, dapat para sa taong bayan, hindi sa personal na interes. Para hindi nasasayang ang tiwala, ang pondo, at binigay na mandato ng Pilipino sa atin.
Questions?
Magandang hapon po, attorney. Your reaction lang po kasi bumiyahe po si Vice President Sara Duterte papuntang Australia at kabilang daw po sa itinerary niya, sasama siya or makikilahok siya dun sa rally, Free Duterte Now. So ano pong reaction dito ng House? Thank you po.
Sarah all. Pero alam nyo, hindi ko alam kung if that is an official travel or if it's a personal travel. But lagit lagi bilang halal na opisyal na bayan, ng bayan, yung oras mo na ginugugol sa loob at labas ng ating bansa at ito man ay pang personal o opisyal, dapat para sa taong bayan, hindi sa personal na interes. Para hindi nasasayang ang tiwala, ang pondo, at binigay na mandato ng Pilipino sa atin.
Marian Enriquez from TV5.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am, I just have to ask. Kasi has this always been the practice, like yung questions about the ombudsman filing na ang complainant daw ay ang good government? Kasi I don't know kung ano yung nangyari doon sa Quadcom report na nirekomendahan din na filean po ng crimes against humanity paglabag daw po sa Republic Act 9851. Sina former President Rodrigo Duterte, Del Rosa. I don't know. Paano po ba yun, ma'am? Also, do you have any info about that? Kung yun ba, inaksyon na ng ombudsman?
Wala pa akong information tungkol dyan. Ang alam ko lang, dun sa recommendation ng Committee on Good Government, may listahan naman ng mga recommendation of criminal, civil, and administrative cases. I cannot speak on the history of the ombudsman on initiating their own investigations based on various committee recommendations. But we will tatandaan natin, hindi lang ang ombudsman ang na-furnish ng committee reports. All other agencies, katulad ng Department of Justice, I think DBM was also furnished. So, different agencies may initiate their own investigations on the matter based on the recommendations of a particular committee.
Thank you. Ma'am, would like to ask, though ilang beses na rin to naging topic at paulit-ulit na. Kasi meron din ulit statement si Majority Floor Leader, Senator Francis Tolentino, na sinasabi niya raw po yung impeachment complaint, itong impeachment case against Vice President Sara Duterte, it dies, lapses, terminates with the lifespan of the 19th Congress. Forthwith is the command to the 19th Congress daw. Sabi niya, show me a constitutional instruction, giving them the mandate to continue, show me where we can find the words carry over. What can you say about this, ma'am?
Very clear, well, mukhang dissenting opinion po yung binibigay ni Senator Tolentino. Nakalagay naman sa Constitution ang obligasyon, ang duty ng Senate is to try and decide. Totoo na walang nakalagay to carry over, pero hindi rin sinabi na matitigil siya pag natapos ang session. We have to remember the Senate is a continuing body kung tutuusin. So, if there's a if there's an institution that can continue um, their duties beyond the sessions, the Congress, mukhang ang Senate din yun. Again, the House maintains its position that the Senate may try and decide the impeachment proceedings. Tuloy-tuloy po ito. Walang tigil. Hanggang matapos ang pag-present ng ebidensya, matapos ang pagkakataon ng depensa na mapagtanggol ang kanyang sarili, hanggang matapos yung pagkakataon ng mga senator judges na mag-decide dun sa merits ng kaso.
Mambalikan ko lang po what you mentioned earlier. You said, do not speak for the defense, speak for the impeachment court. I think this was regarding to spokes tungkol ng impeachment court. You also reacted on yung sinabi po ni spokes Bukoy doon nga kay against Tonggol. Sabi mo, as a spokes, you speak for the body that you are representing. Yun yung tingin ni Attorney Bukoy. Kayo rin po ba? Tingin nyo yun yung ginagawa ni Tonggol? He's speaking for the defense team.
Well, yun yung lumalabas dun sa pag-question niya eh. In fact, yung I think nabanggit din to ni Attorney Bukoy, yung hindi pagtanggap ng House dun sa dokumento na walang kahit na anong nakalagay na label, wala naman kaming narinig mula sa defense team. Ang sumita ay ang spokesperson. So, hindi naman, in normal courts, hindi naman i-call ng court pag hindi tinanggap ng isang party yung entry of appearance. So, again, wag ipasa sa kamera yung paninisi na lalong-lalo na for an entry of appearance, yung hindi pagtuloy. Kasi yun yung ini-insinuate niya na dahil hindi natanggap ng House, nadadagdagan yung pagkaantala. Hindi naman din yun. Alam naman natin na hindi yun dahilan.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Marian. Rose from UNTV.
Good afternoon po, Attorney. Doon pa rin po sa directive ng Ombudsman. Nabanggit niyo po kanina na hindi po ang House ang complainant, pero bilang tumugon po yung Ombudsman sa recommendation ng House, Good Government and Public Accountability, your reaction? Kasi June 10 na ipasa, yun pong pag-approve ng plenary. June 17, na-receive ng Ombudsman yung committee report, and after 3 days, they acted upon it.
Well, the ombudsman should perform its duty. So, we will see what will happen sa ginagawa nilang investigation.
Tama rin po na doon po sa recommendation ng House po, nakalagay po yung various complaints na nire-recommend yung ma-file against the Vice President
Yes.
and her staff. Tama po ba? Ano nga po yung charges na yun?
Basahin ko nasa yung recommendations nasa paragraph 10, subparagraphs A to H. Again, this is not just for the ombudsman to initiate. We furnished all other agencies, so kung sino yung mas appropriate agency to conduct their investigations. Ito sila. Letter A, technical malversation under Article 220 of the Revised Penal Code. Against Vice President Sara Duterte, SDOs Ms. Acosta and Mr. Fajarda in relation to Article 217 on the presumption of malversation for having used confidential funds for purposes other than for confidential activities. Paragraph B, falsification under Article 171 of the Revised Penal Code for making it appear that funds were disbursed to actual individuals where acknowledgement receipts were questionable, ink, penmanship, and existence of the recipients. Letter C, paragraph C, use of falsified documents under Article 172 of the Revised Penal Code, evident in the use of the falsified acknowledgement receipts. Subparagraph D, perjury under Article 183 of the Revised Penal Code against Vice President Sara Duterte and Ms. Acosta as the notarized certification contained a statement that the funds were used for necessary and legal purposes in relation to the agency's confidential activities as signed by the head of agency and special dispersing officers. Bribery under Article 210 and 211 of the Revised Penal Code against Vice President Sara Duterte and Attorney Fajardo being the individuals who offered the white envelopes containing money other than salaries to employees of the Department of Education, corruption of public officers under Article 212 of the Revised Penal Code against DepEd employees involved in the illegal disbursement and improper liquidation of subject confidential funds. Paragraph G, plunder under Republic Act 7080 against Vice President Duterte, DepEd officials, Mr. Fajardo, Attorney Fajardo, Major General Mempin, Lieutenant Colonel Nolasco, Colonel La Chica, Yusek Sevilla, and OVP officials, Attorney Lopez, Mr. Ortonio, Ms. Acosta, Colonel La Chica, and John Doe for amassing at least 50 million pesos in public funds, while the confidential funds misused amounts to 612.5 million. And the wheel of conspiracy in Arroyo versus People has been established during the committee hearings. And finally, subparagraph H, betrayal of public trust and culpable violation of the Constitution.
Yeah. Ma'am, is it correct to say na yung mga evidence na nakalap ng good government with regards to these charges, same din po yung attachment ng House Prosecution Panel sa impeachment trial?
I cannot answer that. I do not know. I have no personal knowledge on the pieces of evidence that will be presented in the impeachment trial.
But are you looking forward to na mapapanagot si VP Sara and yung mga sangkot dun sa misuse, alleged misuse ng confidential funds, hindi man sa impeachment court pero sa hukuman?
Dapat ang mga public officials na may misuse of public funds ay mapanagot.
Sorry, last na lang Kuya Ray. Baka po meron po kayong any updates kasi although iba yung tagapagsalitang House Prosecution Panel, pero nagpulong po sila yesterday po ba, if I'm not mistaken?
Ano po
any
yun?
updates na House Prosecution Panel po?
Ano po yun?
Kung meron pong any significant updates sa mga napagkasunduan ng House Prosecution Panel sa susunod nilang hakbang kasi I believe according po kay Attorney Bukoy ay wini-weigh pa po nila yung kanila pong susunod na hakbang with regards dun po sa mga kautusan ng Senate Impeachment Court.
Again, hindi ako makakasagot regarding sa mga detalye tungkol sa impeachment trial. Mas alam po yan ni Attorney Bukoy. Pero siguro mas maganda siya yung maitatanong nyo. Definitely handa ang prosecution panel sa pag-present ng ebidensya. And I would like to think, at tingin ko din naman na mas komprehensibo yung ipe-present ng impeachment prosecution panel ng mga ebidensya. Baka nga makabuti sa ombudsman kung sila ay susubaybay sa impeachment trial.
Thank you, Rose. Are there any further questions? Okay. Big Sumintak from Net25.
Attorney, clarification lang. Kasi according to the report, the Ombudsman acted upon doon sa committee report ng House Committee on Good Government. And the House is not the direct complainant. So is it safe to say that the House of Representatives, based on the approved committee report in the plenary, is the indirect complainant on that matter?
I cannot answer that at the moment. I want to study further yung ang ibig sabihin nung nilabas ng ombudsman. Ang kaya ko lang sabihin yung mga factual na information na meron ako.
Thank you, Vic. If there are no, okay, Lenes Capante again from GMA Online. Promise yan, ah.
Sorry. Kasi po, don't you find it suspicious that the ombudsman will identify the house as a complainant when it could have easily said that acting upon on the recommendations, we are doing this motor proprio investigation. Why did it have to identify the house as a complainant in this case?
Bakit nga, 'di ba? Pero again, ang sasagutin ko lang sa inyo yung factual na meron ako. Ang mga tanong na yan, tatanungin ko din.
Pero ano ba? May issue ba kung ang House of Representatives ang complainant? For the record.
Sa ngayon, again, ang ginawa lang kasi ng House is to furnish them of the committee report. Kaya gusto ko munang tignan mabuti yung saan nanggaling yung pag-identify na ang House yung complainant.
Sa record ng House, wala pa kayo na-encounter na ganito? Kaya nagtataka rin ba talaga kayo?
Ako hindi ko masasagot. So I have to confer with the House officials to check on this.
Kasi ma'am, wala rin po binibigay sa media, sa ibang media outlet, wala pong binibigay na kopya yung ombudsman.
Wala din po kami.
Tatanungin niyo ba yung ombudsman, ma'am?
Wala pa po akong kopya so
Susulat kayo sa ombudsman para malinawan.
malalaman ko mamaya siguro. Aalamin ko muna kung ano yung hangga't wala akong kopya, hindi ko mapapaliwanag kung ano yung pinanggalingan nung sa ombudsman. Ang kaya ko lang masagot ay kung ano yung meron kami on record.
But what was running through your mind when you saw that document? Kasi kanina when Nasel was asking you, bakit nga? So, ano po yung nasa isip niyo na nabasa niyan?
Well, ano yung gusto mangyari dun sa investigation siguro. Pero sa ngayon, kailangan ko munang tignan mabuti kung saan nanggaling yung paglagay ng kung ano for my personal consumption po ito kung paano nailagay ang House as the complainant.
Ma'am, another clarification. Since the ombudsman, inilagay nila as complainant on their motu proprio actions regarding the committee report, na according to you, as of this time, hindi kayo complainant. May pinopoint yata, if I'm not mistaken, Nasel, na suspicious ba yun? Dahil baka ang House, because of the pending impeachment against the Vice President, forum shopping.
Kaya inuulit ko, hindi ang House ang nag-initiate ng complaint. We transmitted the committee report that was adopted by the plenary to the Ombudsman. Again, I can only give you factual information as of the moment.
One last point, ma'am. Hindi ba kayo nagdududa na Ombudsman Martirez was Duterte appointees at saka retirable na siya, tapos now he is doing this, na medyo lahat kayo na surpresa din?
No comment.
Pero ma'am, nakausap niyo na sina Kong Chua and other Kongs na member ng Good Government Committee. Nagulat din ba sila? Nagtataka rin ba sila?
As far as Congressman Joel Chua, wala siyang final na complaint.
Reaction niyo, ma'am? Nagulat, nagtataka rin siya.
Again, ang alam lang ni Congressman Joel Chua, wala siyang final na complaint. Committee report, meron silang natapos.